Okay, so I'm going to go over creative service care. And creative service care is basically a philosophy that we use in this office to say that nothing is impossible, whether that's to a patient or a family member or a potential patient or anything like that. That no request that they are making is too great or no challenge is too difficult. We want to make sure that we're always making our patients happy, because I think sometimes we forget in healthcare that customer service trumps everything. And if, we aren't on our game for that, they're not going to come back to us regardless of how good of a therapist we are. So the 10 commandments of creative service care, the first one is nothing is impossible. So if you believe it's impossible, then it's going to be. If the patient believes something's impossible, then it's going to be. So it's your job as the clinician and receptionist support staff to make sure you're always encouraging that patient and always trying to help them realize it is possible. They will get there. Number 2, never say no, but instead say, let me see what I can do for you. So, for example, if the patient is looking for an appointment at 3 o'clock on Tuesday and we have nothing at 3 o'clock on Tuesday, instead of saying, no, we don't have that, I want you to say, well, you know what, let me see what I can do for you. And, they can go back, they can be treated, and we can figure out if we can move people in the schedule to make it accommodating for them. If someone has decided that they want to do 45 minutes of laser treatment and no therapy, even though they're a therapy patient, in your mind you may think, okay, well that seems unreasonable if they're coming for therapy, but instead of saying, no, that's not going to work, let them know, let me see what I can do for you, and we'll figure it out together and figure out a good solution for that patient. Number 3, never overburden the staff or the patient. So make sure you're finding a win-win for everybody that's involved in the situation. That is definitely something that may take more energy, but it's going to be a better outcome. So you're not, stressing out the front desk or stressing out the office manager or the patient. Instead, you're coming to, you're coming forth with a solution to a problem that may come up. Number 4, never say these words. So don't say, unfortunately, sorry, our policy is. Instead, I want you to use words that uplift the patient or uplift the team. So instead of saying those kind of downer things, I want you to say, great news, you look great, that's horrible, things that are favorable to the patient. Never complain, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I have a headache, any of those things. You're not here for the staff or the patients to, console or make them feel better. You're there to make the patients feel better. So we don't want any negativity as far as, or, complaints or gripes or anything around the patient atmosphere, because everything here needs to be as positive as possible, because that's kind of the first step with getting the patient feeling better emotionally. Number 5, always look people in the eyes. Sometimes that's hard for people to do, but if you are employed here, that is a must. You must look your patients in the eyes. Not even your patients. If you're saying hello to a patient that's in the gym that someone else is treating, look them in the eyes. That just builds a stronger connection with them, even though you may not necessarily know their name or why they're here. But it just helps for them to know that you're not looking too busy. You're making time for them as you pass by. Number 7, always say their name. So this should be easy. You have a chart with the patient's name on it most of the time, so that's easy to know who they are. If you're, receptionist at the front desk, anticipate who it is that's coming in. We don't have evals usually come in at the same time, so when that person walks through the door and you say, oh, do you happen to be Mrs. Smith? It makes such a better impression on them than if you were to say, may I help you? Number 8, always notice the small things. So people go out of their way. They spend time to put makeup on, or they spend time to do their hair, or to trim their beard, or wear a nice shirt. So by you noticing and acknowledging that that person has done that, it makes them feel good. If I came into the office and one of the employees said to me, oh, Katie, I love your shirt. That color looks great on you. It makes me feel better. I spent time looking in my closet to see what color shirt I wanted to wear that day. And it may seem minor to you, but to that person, it makes them feel like, wow, someone noticed me. I think, you know, that really goes a long way, because people don't always, especially at doctor's offices, go out of their way to say nice things like that. Always smile. Even if you're not feeling like it, you have to smile. That is a must. That is what gets, you know, a situation turned around. If someone's in a bad mood or, you know, in a lot of pain and not feeling good, just by, you know, making a crazy grin on your face gets them to kind of change their attitude. And then number 10, always teach and instruct. So our main mission here is to get the patients as independent as possible with whatever they're coming for. You know, we don't want to see them long term. We want them to be able to know what to do if this situation may arise again in 3 years, 5 years, wherever down the road. We want to, be able to empower them to be able to resolve the situation without needing our help necessarily in the future.